Introducing Mr. Money.
Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Send your money instantly. Safety is guaranteed. It don't matter how far it is. It reaches safe and quickly. Pay water bills immediately. And also pay for DSTV. Or top up airtime real quickly. Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Hi, I am Mr. Money, and I bring you Airtel Money, the fastest, safest way to send money, pay bills, top up, and more. With Airtel Money, you can do more instantly.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
Now advertising comes to your doorstep. Advertise your products with trade pages. Trade pages, taking your local products to the market. To advertise on trade pages, call us on 0977 587309 or email us at editor.tradepages@gmail.com. Trade Pages, only on Prime Television.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955-0966 or 977-844-141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
It's a warm welcome to Prime TV's main news. To present it, my name is Gwen Wheeler. We now take a look at some of the stories that are making headlines. Shunya Enterprises Limited workers down tools. UPND challenges President Michael Sata to appear in public. Zambia police arrest one suspect over RGA theft and recovers 7,000 kwacha. In international news, Ebola nations urged to screen all travelers. For these and many more stories, do stay tuned. And now the news in detail. Workers at Sunya Construction Company have abandoned work in protest against management failure to increase their salaries. The workers have complained that management at the company has refused to increase their salaries by 20%. They have accused management at the company of subjecting them to horrible working conditions. The workers have complained that their salaries are cut when there is no electricity in the company. They have vowed that they will not go back for work until management looks into their plight. Daniel Tonga brings us more in the following report.
Stories of workers protesting have become a common feature in Zambia. A rise in workers protesting follows low salaries, poor safety and horrible working conditions, to say the least, in many companies. Just today, workers of Chunya Enterprises Limited, a Chinese firm, have downed tools demanding for an increment of 20%. The workers claim that they are also being abused by management of Chunya Enterprises Limited. The workers had this to tell Prime TV News.
Apa tifuna increment 20% ametifuna. Apa batupasa increment ngono maningi. Bapasa 18 kwacha. Ero ise 7 za mitengo ama operator. Batupasa mitengo yama garden boy. Ise sifuna tifuna ndisema operator tuwapangira production kaidi. Tinawa pempase. Pentira pempase tifuna increment. Wala mazino kareteni mapesi lipianza nana ikirandara. Ndara matena wale tira mapesi patokere kanti ngaripansi tishetani. To discuss a issue. Let us talk about the about 18 pin ku transport allowance. It's for a basic for transport allowance. For a basic in 8 to 20.
More money still ziva amewenzo kamba to more money. We uniform tisbwa and sapato that. Mumu na sapato so.
Ndiye uniform ya mene. Uniform.
Mayon. So uniform kuripo.
Na futi zesko malaika akaenda futi chani chibama chubamo futi. If salary, if power goes, then they deduct yes.
In an attempt by Prime TV News crew to talk to Chunya management, the efforts were not all that easy. The news crew was barred even from entering the premises, but we were even lucky that someone from management allowed to talk to us through a small window.
Yeah, no, what we're saying is that we are not getting with the people here.
Please come, we're together.
No, it's only me and my cameraman, only two people. Wanted to find out what you're doing about.
Why you see press this one, no stop. Why?
This seemed to be an era of unfinished discontent in Zambia. Protest after protest. Yesterday we witnessed a protest in which Tara Construction Company workers downed tools pressing for better conditions of service. And today we are also witnessing another protest of which workers belonging to Sunya Enterprises are demanding for an increment of 20% and improved conditions of services. This is the economy of Zambia. Protests are rampant. We don't know what has gone wrong with this economy. Reporting for Prime TV News, Daniel Tonga, Lusaka.
Thank you, Daniel, for that report. United Party for National Development, UPND, has renewed its call in demanding to know the whereabouts of President Michael Sata. UPND Vice President for Politics, Dr. Canisius Banda, says the public wants to know what is happening to Mr. Sata and his whereabouts. Dr. Banda adds that the country is on autopilot because there is no head of state to lead the country and delegate ministers. He says people are demanding to be told what is happening regarding the health of the president and his absence from the public. public. Dr. Banda was speaking in an interview with Prime TV in Lusaka. He has wondered why the PF government has continued to hide what is happening regarding to Mr. Sata's health.
It is very sad, very, very sad, that up to now we do not know the condition in which President Sata is. We don't know. And he is our elected Republican president. In a functional democracy, anywhere in the world, at any given time, citizens will know where their leaders are, what they are doing. We don't know where he is. Where is he? We demand to know. We are citizens of this republic. Where is our elected Republican president? Is he fit to continue working in that office? This is a question which we must ask as a requirement of our Republican constitution. 13 million Zambians demand to know. We want to be liberated from this poverty that we are in. And we can only be liberated, sir, if the president is alive and well and performing his work.
Meanwhile, Dr. Banda has charged that the possible arrest of UPND President Hakainde Hichilema for missing court is politically motivated. Dr. Banda says the call for the arrest of Mr. Hichilema is evident of the PF's scheme to block Mr. Hichilema from contesting the 2016 elections. He says many people in Zambia have commented on the issue of Justice Lombe Chibesakunda as Chief Justice and wondered why only Mr. Hichilema could be arrested for that. Dr. Banda was speaking in an interview with Prime TV.
Hakainde Hichilema is being persecuted for his wanting to save the people. Now, when forces like that come into play, Hakainde Hichilema will rise. He will rise and rise and rise until the mission which the Lord has given him is saved. So this is politics, and it's bad politics. Old politics, SATA politics, MMD politics, UNIP politics, old politics. Jubilee 50 years now. There is need for renewal in this country. Let's have a new breed of leaders. Leaders that respect the people, respect the law, respect God, respect traditional authorities. Leaders that do not see leadership as an avenue for creating wealth for themselves. No.
In other developments, 2 people have died after a Sebo truck collided with a minibus in Chilanga's Mapepe area. According to an eyewitness, Owen Mukando, the accident happened after the 2 vehicles collided head-on. Mr. Mukando says the bus driver and the conductor died on the spot, while the driver of the truck sustained serious injuries. He told Prime TV that the accident happened at 9 hours on Tuesday. The Zambia police have arrested a G4 security guard in connection with the theft that happened at the Road Development Agency, RDA, some few days ago. Police spokesperson Charity Munganga confirmed the development to Prime TV in an interview. Ms. Munganga says a suspect, Namangolwa Mubita, was apprehended by police in Western Province in connection with the theft. She says Mubita disappeared and had gone into hiding soon after the money was stolen, adding that 7,000 kwacha was recovered from him. Ms. Munganga adds that the suspect is under police custody for further questioning, saying that the police have a good lead into the matter. More than 120,000 kwacha was stolen from RDA offices.
We've apprehended a 24-year-old G4 security guard in connection with the theft that happened at RDA premises. This person's name is Namangola Mbita, and he was the one on duty the day the theft took place. So after getting involved in the theft, he ran away to his village, that is Sikela village in Skongo district in Western Province. So this is where we cornered him from, and so far we've managed to recover about 7,000 from him. But then we are still talking to him, and for us as police, this is a breakthrough because we know very much that a lot of information is going to be gotten from this person, and whoever it is that he worked with will be apprehended.
Before we go for a break, here are the headlines once again. Shunya Enterprises Limited workers down tools. UPND challenges President Michael Sata to appear in public. Zambia police arrest one suspect over RGA theft and recovers 7,000 kwacha. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Money. Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly.
Send your money instantly. Safety is guaranteed. It don't matter how far it is. It reaches safe and quickly. Pay your water bills immediately. And also pay for DSTV. Or top up airtime real quickly.
Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly.
Hi, I am Mr. Money, and I bring you Airtel Money, the fastest, safest way to send money, pay bills, top up, and more. With Airtel Money, you can do more instantly.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.
Girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Now advertising comes to your doorstep. Advertise your products with Trade Pages. Trade Pages, taking your local products to the market. To advertise on Trade Pages, call us on 0977 587309 or email us at editor.tradepages@gmail.com. Trade Pages, only on Prime Television.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Welcome back. Kabwe District Commissioner Patrick Chishala says Central Province has recorded a bumper harvest with 60,000 bags of maize which have been bought by the government. Speaking in an interview with Prime TV, Mr. Chishala says people in rural areas are happy that government has been able to procure the maize from them. He says the bumper harvest that has been recorded this year in his area has increased by a greater margin compared to last year. Mr. Chishala has urged people disputing that the country has recorded a bumper harvest to visit his area and see the records. He adds that enough maize has been stored in safe depots for future use.
When government is saying that there is bumper harvest, those who are doubting, let them come to Central Province and Kabwe in particular. Because, you know, when you are talking of farming, Kabwe, generally, it is a farming area. And, you know, it is just 1,500 square kilometers as in size. And 75% of that is in the rural, where farming is done. So when you come into Kabwe, I'll take you to the depots. You will note that by this time around, last year, when we were buying maize, when FRA was buying maize, by this time around, we had just bought about 18,000, you know, by 50 kgs bags of maize. But this time around, it has been tripled, if not, you know, done 4 times. we, as I'm speaking, currently we have bought about 60,000 by 50 kgs bags of maize.
The World Bank has appealed to the Zambian government to create a major landmark in fostering discipline towards the use of public resources for the benefit of all citizens. World Bank Country Director Kundavi Kadire-san says it is not enough for governments to implement policies on financial management without putting a strong measure towards its use. She has further called for strong political will and leadership governance towards the successful implementation and resource transparency. The World Bank Country Director was speaking during the launch of the Public Financial Management Reforms Program at the government complex in Lusaka.
I think over the last decade, we have learnt a lot from the reforms. We had some mixed results, some good, some not so good. So this effort through the Multi-Donor Trust Fund is to bring to bear some of the lessons and the assessments we have done from the past, but deepen some of the PFM reform agenda that Ministry of Finance is taking forward in promoting discipline and accountability in resource use. While designing this program, I'm also pleased to inform you all that there were also initiatives, the successes, failures of programs like this from other parts of the world was also taken into account. It provides a wealth of information on how to design and implement PFM reform. These experiences have also shown that along with systems, we need good HR capacity and strong government commitment for reforms to be successful. Just having a system by itself, it doesn't bring the impact.
And speaking at the same event on behalf of Finance Minister Alexander Chikwanda, Secretary to the Treasury Fredson Yamba says government is committed to the implementation of public financial management reforms as it is the only way to improve overall financial accountability. He says the program will play a critical role in addressing the challenges in financial management by strengthening systems of accountability. Meanwhile, Bruce Lawson McDowell, speaking on behalf of the cooperating partners, has cautioned government to use the $30 million consciously to the effective benefit of citizens.
Government developed the Public Financial Management Reform Program with the support of the cooperating partners. The cooperating partners have together committed $30 million to the first phase of the program. I wish to restate government's commitment to implementing the public financial management reforms, as it is the only way to improve overall public financial management and accountability of public resources in order to improve the lives of ordinary citizens.
A decade of strong growth has driven Zambia firmly into the ranks of middle-income countries. It has also massively increased the funds available to government, both from domestic resources, and those include money for the Zambian taxpayer, but also through access to international financial markets. The challenge now is to translate that growth and that additional finance both into more effective service delivery and through that poverty reduction.
Meanwhile, Policy Monitoring and Research Center, PMRC, has commended the Ministry of Finance for its efforts in improving public financial accountability. Executive Director Michelle Moreau says it is important that public resources are used effectively so that all citizens are able to see its implementation on the various government programs. Ms. Moreau says Zambia has one of the strong legislation policies, adding that lack of coordination and implementation, which are pivotal in reform management, are still lacking. She has since called for strong measures towards the disbursement of public resources if positive accountability is to be achieved.
Have fantastic pieces of legislation, but oftentimes lack in terms of implementation as well as coordination with other entities. For example, we've published several pieces on abuse of public resources under the Auditor General's office, and we're attempting to coordinate with the ACC office. I believe it's only through coordination with the AG office as well as the ACC office that we begin to see prosecutions of those members who abuse public resources, and that's the only way that we can truly drive drive trust in our government and their ability to utilize our funds appropriately. With existing bodies and other pieces of legislation, as you're aware, the decentralization policy was launched last year, and this could certainly have implications on the decentralization policy as well as how district commissioners and districts function. So implementation and coordination are pivotal in terms of the success of this reform program.
Before we go for a second break, we now have an update of how the kwacha is trading against other major currencies as compiled by Prime TV Business Desk. Before we go for a break, still to come in the news, West African nations affected by the worst ever outbreak of Ebola have been urged to screen all people at international airports, seaports and major land crossings in order to stop its spread. For more on this story, do join me after this break.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
And now for the rest of the news. West African nations affected by the worst ever outbreak of Ebola have been urged to screen all people at international airports, seaports and major land crossings in order to stop its spread. The World Health Organization said on Monday that authorities should stop anyone with signs of the virus from traveling days after it warned that the magnitude of the outbreak was vastly underestimated. The World Health Organization reiterated that the risk of getting infected with the virus on an aircraft was small and there was no need for wider travel or trade restrictions. Cameroon, meanwhile, closed all its land, sea and air borders with Nigeria in a move to prevent the spread of the disease, a government spokesman told the AFP news agency on Monday. No cases of Ebola have been recorded in Cameroon, and the outbreak in West Africa has already killed 1,145 and infected more than 2,000. No progress has been made in Berlin talks on establishing a ceasefire between government and rebel forces in the east of Ukraine, Russia's foreign minister Sergei Lavrov has said. Following the talks between Russia, Germany, France and Ukraine on Sunday, Lavrov said all issues related to sending a humanitarian convoy to Ukraine have been resolved. Talks concluded with an agreement for the sides to meet again and continue to trying to de-escalate the West-East-West crisis since the Cold War. Lavrov accused Kiev's new pro-European leaders of continually changing demands over what it would take to establish a truce in more than 4 months of fighting with pro-Russia separatists that has claimed more than 2,000 lives. Lavrov again denied Moscow in helping the rebels and defended the military build-up on Russia's border. For more on this, we monitored Al Jazeera.
Now, 17 suspected Ebola patients have been confirmed missing in Liberia after a health centre in the capital was attacked. The government previously denied their whereabouts were unknown. The disease has already killed 1,145 people in West Africa. And these are the affected countries. Guinea, that's where the outbreak began in December last year. From there it spread to Liberia. A quarantine centre was set up in the capital, Monrovia. And it's also spread to Sierra Leone, where an unknown number of villages have been affected. And last month, Nigeria became the 4th country to be Ebola affected. And in Senegal, people remain on high alert, even though so far there's been no reported cases. There have been heavy clashes between the Iraqi army and Islamic State fighters near the city of Tikrit. An army major has said they've launched an operation to drive IS from the city, but their progress has been slowed by landmines and snipers. Kurdish and Iraqi forces, meanwhile, say they've retaken control of Iraq's largest dam. This comes as the Islamic State group released a video warning of attacks on American citizens if US airstrikes continue. Police in the US are trying to clear the streets of Ferguson, a small city in Missouri that's become a flashpoint of racial tension. Protesters are on the streets again, angry at the police shooting of an unarmed black teenager more than a week ago. Police say there are criminal elements at work.
These are not acts of protesters, but acts of violent criminals. Our officers acted with professionalism. Once again, not a single bullet fired by officers, despite coming under heavy attack. 4 St. Louis County police officers were hit by rocks and bottles and sustained injury.
Israeli and Palestinian negotiators have agreed to extend the humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza for another 24 hours. After 5 days of indirect talks in Cairo, the Palestinian team says a longer-term deal may not be reached.
We are going to have one more day of ceasefire. Either we agree or we don't. We hope to make use of every single minute of the next 24 hours to reach an agreement. Otherwise, violence will continue. I'm going to repeat it again, that all that has been circulating in all the media about some kind of progress is baseless. No real progress has been made so far.
Well, with that roundup of international stories, we now come to the end of the news. But as we go, we leave you with the headlines. Shunya Enterprises Limited workers down tools. UPND challenges President Michael Sata to appear in public. Zambia police arrest 1 suspect over RGA theft and recovers 7,000 kwacha. In international news, Ebola nations urge to screen all travelers. This has been Gwen Wheeler. But as we go, we leave you with the weather report courtesy of Zambia Meteorological Department.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Now advertising comes to your doorstep. Advertise your products with trade pages. Trade pages, taking your local products to the market. To advertise on trade pages, call us on 0977 587309 or email us at editor.tradepages@gmail.com. Trade Pages, only on Prime Television.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Money! Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Send your money instantly. Safety is guaranteed. It don't matter how far it is. It reaches safe and quickly. Pay your water bills immediately. And also pay for DSTV. Or top up airtime real quickly. Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Hi, I am Mr. Money, and I bring you Airtel Money, the fastest, safest way to send money, pay bills, top up, and more. With Airtel Money, you can do more instantly.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.